Let's get more on this now with Mustafa Caner. He's an assistant professor of Iranian studies at Sakarya University's Middle East Institute. Really good to have you with us, Mustafa. There were a lot of concerns that the Israeli retaliation against Iran would be bigger than what it was. Are you surprised by, the level of attack that Israel eventually launched? Did you expect anything bigger?
Actually, I was expecting this kind of strike from Israel to Iran, because given the fact that the US has been trying to force Israel a limited retaliation or an attack against Iran, and also regional diplomacy that the foreign minister of Iran, Abbas Araghchi, has been pursuing since the last 20 plus days after Iran's attack on October 1st, produced this limited attack from Israel. So some scenarios actually were out that Israel would attack oil facilities or nuclear facilities, or Israel would assassinate some high-ranking officials from Iranian government. These scenarios didn't actually fulfill. So we saw that a limited retaliation from Israel, and it is because not to provoke Iran a harsh and immediate response. And I believe behind this limited attack, US diplomacy and US pressure on Israel was very effective. So yes, this scenario was on the table. However, that doesn't mean that Iran will not retaliate, and that doesn't mean that it's the end of the story.
Yes, and this retaliation came just a day after the US Secretary of State Antony Blinken left the region on his latest tour. You say that you believe the US diplomacy had a large role to play. Do you think a lot of that happened during Antony Blinken's trip to Israel?
Both during the Antony Blinken's trip to Israel, before that also, and through some informal channels, and also indirect mechanisms between Iran and the United States and Iran and Israel. Although there is no direct diplomatic channel between Iran and United States and Iran and Israel. As you know, there are some actors in the region, and through these actors, Iran has been communicating with the United States, and through United States, it was sending its message to Israel. So, maybe you remember that there was a leakage of some documents from the US intelligence, and it was showing that the Israel's attacking plan to Iran, which locations, which targets that Israel is going to attack. And for example, it's a basic example actually, that some elements inside the US government, US state, was opposing this Israel's harsh retaliation against Iran, and leaked these documents just to make some pressure on Israel, just to force Israel to a little bit step back. This was an informal actual maneuver, and plus that there have been diplomatic talks, and as I said, indirect communications. So all these efforts actually produced these results, this last night's limited attack against Iran.
Okay, Mustafa Caner, we will have to leave it there. Thank you so much again for joining us on the program.